everyone, so this video is going to be an updated daily guinea pig routine video. I've actually had quite a lot of requests to do an updated version of this video. Hello Marley. And it was definitely time to update it. The routine I have with them every day has changed quite a lot. I mean, compared to the old video, which was filmed over a year ago now, which is crazy, it's changed a lot. So I really do need to make an updated version, and it's so highly requested. It's really on popular demand, so I had to get it done. But I'm actually really excited to make this video. I really enjoyed making it last year, so I'm sure I'll enjoy making it again this year. And like I said, the routine has changed. I work in a different job now, so I'm home at different times, but I pretty much stick to the same routine every single day, apart from when I am home. I obviously spend a little bit more time with them, but I feed them at the same times as I would do when I was at work and things like that, and see to them and make sure they're okay and everything. So yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to making this video, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock at the moment, and I always come here between 8 and 9 depending on whether I'm in work or not, but I never leave it until after 9. It's always between 8 and 9. So the first thing I do is obviously I make sure the guinea pigs are okay, and they're all fine. As you can see, their cages are a real mess. So the next thing I do is I like to give them a bit of a tidy, you know, pick up any little poop corners like this one here, and clean up here. I've had trouble with a leaky bottle lately, so if you can see there, it leaves quite a big damp patch throughout the night, so I need to clean all that up and put fresh bedding in that area. So I probably need to invest in a new bottle, but for now it's okay. But I'm going to go ahead and do that and tidy everything up, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I've spot cleaned the cages. As you can see, there is still, you know, poops and hay all over the place, but I pretty much just take away the damp areas because I don't want them to be sat on old pee and things like that, and especially with the bottle over here that's leaky. So I've tidied it all up. I've put everything they've moved back in place apart from the odd toy. I've just moved all their tunnels back in place and things like that, and they're just having a good look around. And I've also taken out their food bowls, and as you can see, they're a complete mess. So what I do now is I empty their food bowls, go give them a wash, and then give them a few pellets. Okay, so the bowls are all clean now. I'm just going to get the pellets from under there, and I'll show you how much I give them in the morning. So I've got my pellets ready. The box is just here, and I've started filling Marley and Casper and Pippin and Dolly's, and this is Bailey's. So I pretty much just give them pellets in the morning to keep them going more than anything. I find that they eat more pellets more in the evening rather than the morning, and like I said, it's just pretty much to keep them going, this, and they eat more kind of hay, grasses, forage and veggies during the day, which also in my opinion is better for them. So they're snacking on those and then getting the vitamins and nutritional values they need with all those items, and then getting a top up at night with their pellets, and you know, making sure they're getting everything they need, which works great for me and works great for them. And I've kind of, the way I give them their food is around the way they like it more than the way I like it, but it's just worked out well for me and the guinea pigs. I really think it's easier to give them a good helping of pellets at night and veggies and things throughout the day. So that's how we do it. So in the morning they get half of this cup per guinea pig. This is an 80ml cup, and they get half of it just to keep them going in the morning. So I'll just do Bailey's. So that's a bit too much. There's about how much he gets. He probably won't eat it all then. So this is what it looks like. There's Bailey's, Pippin and Dolly's and Casper and Marley's, and of course they have their hay also. These hay racks are great because they're so big that they don't get through a whole hay rack through the night, so I always know they've got enough. I don't have to worry that they're going to run out in the middle of the night or anything. So I'm going to top those up now too. Okay, so they've all got their food now, and the last thing I do in the morning, you know, before I go to work, is make sure that that they have enough water. I refill their water every evening anyway, but you never know if there's going to be a leak, especially with this one. As you can see, it's, you know, only up to there, and I refill it every evening, like I said. So I always like to make sure the water bottles have water in them, and if not, refill them. And then all I do then is make sure the guinea pigs are okay, close this meshed up door and leave that open on a sunny day. Obviously I'll close it if it's not such a sunny day, and then I don't see them until dinner time. But of course, because I am off work today, I'm going to use up this time to do some health checks and trim their nails and give Bailey a haircut, possibly. I might not do that today, but I'll see how he's feeling about having a haircut. But I'm just going to use it time to do health checks and things. I don't do health checks every day at this time. I do health checks once a week, usually on a Friday or a weekend, but because I'm off, like I say, I'll use up the time to do them this morning. So I'll probably be back now at dinner time, because that's the time I would be back with them at work. So I'll see you in a little bit. Also, before I forget to mention, another thing I do before I go to work is put the radio on. It really helps with taming. If you haven't seen my quick tips on taming, then please go and check that out. The link will be in the description. And leaving the radio on is the best tip that I've ever used on my guinea pigs. It really helped with the boys. It's really helping with Dolly, and I don't always put the radio on, but because of Dolly and she's new, I'm obviously trying to tame her at the moment, so I will be putting the radio on now until dinner time, just to let her hear kind of the human voice and things. And you basically just put it on a channel that does a lot of talking, and it just helps with taming. It really helps. So I won't go too much into that, but check out my taming video if you're interested in hearing more of that. But I haven't heard anyone else use that tip before, but it's honestly the best tip I have ever used with all of my guinea pigs and the guinea pigs I've had in the past. Okay, so it's 12 o'clock, and like I mentioned before, I did some health checks and clipped all their nails and things, and all the guinea pigs are fine, by the way. But I'd usually get back from work now at 12, and the guinea pigs, I put them all in the runs if it's a sunny day. If not, I just check on them and maybe swap their toys around if it's a rainy day or something, and get each of the guinea pigs, or each pair, out in the shed to have a run for an hour. And but obviously because it's sunny, they can go out in the runs. So depending on the day, really, obviously if it's rainy, they go in the shed. If I'm in a rush, I just put one set of guinea pigs, so it'd be Bailey or Casper and Marley or Dolly and Pippin. I'd put them out in the garden without a run, but with me sat with them. So, and they get that for about an hour, and then I might do that, but most likely I'll put them all in their runs, and then they usually stay in their runs all afternoon, because I still live with my parents and they're home to supervise them. Or sometimes I will just put them in for the hour and then take them out when I go back to work, and put them back in the evening, you know, put them back out for a bit in the evening when I'm back. But today I'm home all day, and obviously usually my parents are home anyway, so I'm going to put them in the runs all afternoon today, because they enjoy it and they get grass and they just like being outside. So I'm going to set the runs up, and I'll show you how I set them up, and then I'll put the guinea pigs in them. So because it's been quite a sunny few weeks, the runs, I've just left them out in the garden assembled, just to save folding them all up. Even though they are really easy to fold up, I just thought I'd leave them. So all I'm doing now is just moving them into place. I try and keep them as separate from each other as I can, because obviously Bailey, Marley and Pippin don't get on, so it's not fair to stress them out so they can see each other. So I'm just going to put them all in place and then start putting things in the runs. Okay, so here's Casper and Marley's run all set out. They've been in here for a while now, but it only takes me about 10 minutes or so to set up all three. So in theirs, they've just got their fiddlesticks bridge, a couple of toys and their food and water dish. They used to have a solid house, and so did Pippin and Dolly, but they all wrecked them, so we had to throw them away. We are going to make some new ones, but at the moment this is the best they have to a house, but they don't mind it. They actually really like the bridges, and lately seem to prefer them than houses. Like if I put a house and a bridge in, they much rather be in the bridge, and that's possibly because they're just so tame and so used to me. Like I have to make sure I put a house in for Dolly at the moment because she isn't as tame as the other guinea pigs yet. But this is what theirs looks like, and I'll show you Bailey's and Pippin and Dolly's. So this is Bailey's. He's got a house, and I've just put in some toys. This toy is from Poundland and it's really cute, and same for all in food. The food is just the pellets they haven't eaten this morning. I've just put them in. Most likely they won't eat them, but I just put them in anyway just in case they want them. And finally here's Pippin and Dolly's, and the only time I haven't been putting a solid house in is in the run because we don't have one yet for these two, but she seems to do alright when she's on grass, and it's actually been helping with taming to just put a fiddlesticks bridge out, and she's been a lot more comfortable. Hi Pippin. Hello. So they've got a toy here, a toy with hay in there, and a food and water dish. A lot of the time I do put hay in too, but I just haven't bothered today, and they're all just chilling at the moment. I also do put another hidey house in a lot of the time, just so they've got the option of two, but it's sunny but it's not really warm, so I'm just giving them the option of going on the grass and having a walk around, and because I'm off I can supervise them and things like that, so they don't really need a second house. I do also have sunshades that I've got handy now, but again it's not overly sunny, so I kind of want them to have a bit of sunlight. So here they all are in their runs. So I'm going to leave them now to have a bit of grass and then play for a bit, and I'll be back this evening when it's their tea time. Okay, so it's now 4 o'clock, and about now, usually on a kind of work day, but like I said, I stick to this routine most days anyway, I would be putting the guinea pigs out. So if I was at work or I'd gone somewhere or something like that, then I'd usually put them back out for playtime 4 until 5, so they get an extra hour. And again, if it's raining, they would take it in turns in the shed, or you know, I do one pair today, one pair tomorrow, that kind of thing. So they're going to have an extra hour now, and then I'm going to start clearing up, putting them back in their cages and give them some pellets and veggies. Okay, so it's now just after 5 and it's time to put the guinea pigs in, but I've decided today that I'm going to do their pellets and veggies first, put them in their cages ready, and then put the guinea pigs in. And I do usually do it the other way around. I put them in and then put all the veggies and pellets and do their water and everything, but they just seem to be quite enjoying being outside, and they're still eating grass and it's still really nice. As you can tell, the sun's shining, so I just thought I'd give them an extra 10-15 minutes while I prepare the veggies, and then they'll go into their cages with everything nice and ready for them. So I have my veggie bowls here and I've got them ready, and I also have these corner dishes. I'm actually swapping the dishes I used this morning, and I'm gonna go back to these corner dishes. These are my absolute favourite, but I just fancied a change with the round dishes. And I've also been having a bit of a clear out, so I've decided I don't need as many dishes as I do, so I'm going to try and stick to what I have here. So the corner ones are their pellets, and then these are their veggie dishes. Sometimes I put veggies in their pellet bowls, but it just depends on what I feel like. So I'm going to put their veggies separately today. So as for veggies, just to save a bit of money with the guinea pigs, I kind of count on people donating veggies that either they're not going to use, or maybe they're going out a date tomorrow or something like that. And so far I've saved a lot of money asking people that. A lot of people have brought in veggies for me, you know, neighbours, friends, people at work, and it's been working great because I've saved a lot of money. I haven't bought veggies in a long time, apart from the odd bag of romaine lettuce here and there to, you know, go with their salad. But the only downfall to that is they do have a random mix of vegetables, but it doesn't really matter, they still enjoy it, and they still get really good vegetables. I was a bit worried that they'd kind of miss out on some things that have good vitamins, and I was, you know, prepared to just buy the things they needed myself, like the bell peppers, but I haven't needed to because people are just so generous. They've been really giving me as many veggies as I can, and it's not, you know, I'm not doing it for a particular reason. I could buy them if I needed to. I was just trying to save a bit of money here and there, and you know, 5 guinea pigs, a tortoise and 2 gerbils can get quite expensive, so wherever I can save money, it's just amazing. So today I've got some apple, bell pepper, cucumber and celery, and they've never tried celery before, so that'll be new for them. So I'll go ahead and cut them up and put them in their dishes. So I've done their veggies. I've actually saved half of the cucumber for tomorrow or the next day. I try to stick to a routine of veggies every other day, just because I find it's better for me and for the guinea pigs, and they still get, on the day they don't have veggies, they have forage, or you know, grasses, that kind of thing, or a treat or something like that, and it just keeps variation in their diet, and it just works for me and it works for the guinea pigs. And Casper actually has trouble with a sensitive stomach, and I've mentioned this before, but it's not because of the way I've, you know, brought him up and the things I've fed him. He was just born that way, and it's just something I have to work around, but it's no trouble at all, and it doesn't bother the other guinea pigs or Casper, and he's perfectly healthy. So I've done all the veggies, and it actually looks a lot more than it is because these bowls are so little, but they get a similar helping every other day. And I've also just got some pieces of pepper here, so I'm going to go and hand feed them now. So let's see if we can get Casper and Marley to come out. Come on boys, these boys are really good at hand feeding. Of course they're well used to it now. I'm just letting them take them because I want the other guinea pigs to get their helping too. You can't see, but they're having an argument because Casper hasn't realised I'm right here with the pepper. I'll just put that in so they can share it. Not Bailey's run. Here you go, Bailey. Here you go. What's that? What's that? Pepper. These boys are all, and girl now with Dolly, they're really good veg eaters, really of course good. Pippin and Dolly. There you go, Pip. And Dolly, I'll just put this in here for her because she can't get past Pippin. Oh, there she's coming. You can see she's just behind Pippin there. There she is. Share with wifey, Pippin. There we go. So now I'm going to do their pellets, and if you remember this 80ml spoon, they get a spoonful each every evening, so per piggy. So if this one is Bailey's, he gets that much. Then we've got Casper, Marley, then of course Pippin and Dolly. Dolly doesn't really need a spoonful, but I put it in because I wanted to gain a little bit of weight, so I put that in. And I've only just weaned her off the mixed food, the muesli food that she came on, so I want to make sure she's enjoying this food too. And tonight I'm also going to put a treat in, because they only get treats about once every month, or not even that, and I use different pellets for treats, like, you know, healthy pellets. So these pellets are fruit-based pellets, and they work great as treats because they're not unhealthy like your average store-bought treats. I do have the odd store-bought treat, but I don't really give them that often. But you know, different variations of pellets work great as treats. So I'm just going to sprinkle a few into their bowls, just as a little treat for a change, seeing as they don't get any that often. And to be fair, they're quite good guinea pigs. So I thought I'd show you quickly before I put the guinea pigs in. Their veggie bowls are in, their food bowls are in, and I filled up their hay really high. I've finished my bag of hay, so I thought I'd fill it up as high as I could because I'll be getting a new pack tomorrow. I've also done their water bottles, and I do fill them to the top, even though I, you know, give them fresh water every evening, but that's just in case there's a leak, so at least I know they've got plenty of water and it won't drain really quickly if it's, you know, quarter full or something. So that's what theirs looks like. Bailey's, his bowl, veggie dish, water bowl, hay rack, and Marley and Casper too. And if you're wondering where the hidey houses is, they've got them in their runs. So what I'm going to do is put their hidey houses back, get the guinea pigs in, and that'll pretty much be it. The guinea pigs are all in, Pippin and Dolly. I've also put, mostly because of Dolly, some forage in a little bowl on top of the house, so it's a challenge for her to get the treat. So I just thought that was a cute idea. So Pippin and Dolly, Casper, hello, hello Casper, oh good boy, Marley, hi Marley, and of course Bailey's down here having a scratch. But there we go. Hey Nosy. He always does this. They can't jump because guinea pigs can't jump, but he likes to look over, and it's nice for Bailey because it keeps him company. And these two they get on, but they wouldn't get on if they were together, if that makes sense. So it's just company for him. Hey. Aww. So that's pretty much the daily routine, or the updated one. I stick to every single day, like I say, and you know, follow the time slots where I work. I just like routine, and I think it works for them to have routine too. And you know, if I'm not here to feed them or anything, my parents do it for me at the same time. So it just works, and I'm pretty much finished with them now. This is the end of the day, but I do, on a nice summer day like this, like to close this mesh door and keep the main door open for a couple of hours extra because the sun is out, and it's good for them to have fresh air and keeps the cages nice and, you know, smelling fresh and things. So I do like to do that, but that's pretty much my daily routine. And you know, I may come back for a stroke and give them a brush or something, but that's all I do for them every day. So I hope you enjoyed the video anyway, and if you want to check out my older daily routine, the link will be in the description bar. And bear in mind, we had the old hutches back then. I mean, they were the same length as this, a bit shorter because they didn't go all the way, but they were just went as wide, but they were still big cages, and I really liked them at the time. We just wanted bigger and better. So you can check that video out if you want to. The routine has changed, but there is some, you know, things that are still the same. But I hope you enjoyed this updated version. It's been so highly requested, so I hope I've made some of you very happy, and I hope you enjoy seeing the guinea pigs and everything. So thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you all next time. Bye everyone.